What's good, great people? I am Ezel Mood, and thank you for joining me this evening for the 1865 Fest recap. I am joined this evening by Barungi, the comedian. He is by his Instagram title, the Ugandan comedian. He's honestly an amazing soul. I had the honor and pleasure of meeting him. We didn't get to chop it up as much as I wanted to, but guess what? I'm about to get his takes and his knowledge on the 1865 Fest, as well as probably a couple other topics this evening. All right. For those who don't know, the 1865 Festival, it is held in Atlanta, Georgia during Juneteenth. What's going on?
What's up, boss? How are you?
Man, I'm well. How you feeling?
Pretty good, pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been a long time coming.
I know.
Instagram decided to let me get the boot. You know, they decided to try to shank my dreams, but guess what? We here. We are here.
They're trying to get the black man down.
Hey, look, but they can't hold me down. They can't hold me down.
He will rise. Right, start off with some spoken word, huh?
Oh, no, serious.
I shall overcome.
Oh my God! Hey, you know the fun. I look at your Instagram title and I laugh every time, right? Because I myself, I'm Nigerian, right?
Yeah.
And so I always wonder, what do you feel like is the biggest difference between Ugandans and Nigerians?
Oh boy, we're much calmer. I always tell people that Nigeria is the Texas of Africa. You guys are loud and proud.
Absolutely. You know what? I will give you that. So Nigeria is the Texas of Africa. Then what is Uganda?
Oh man, we are like damn. We're
South
probably
Dakota.
the Florida man.
Florida. Jesus.
Yeah, the only time we make the news, it's really good stuff.
Oh my God.
It's like we always make the news for the weirdest. I mean, there's some positive. We have some runners as well.
Right.
The long distance guys. But
Yeah.
other than that, we like, I'll give you an example. The other day, I was researching one of my jokes and I came across that we were like top 10 for drinking alcohol.
Jeez.
But we're not top 10 as far as wealthiest countries. So I'm like, where are we getting this money?
What are we celebrating?
So shit like that just make me think like, wow, damn, we got where to go.
No, I respect it. I definitely respect it, man. Man, I know, we're supposed to be talking about the 1865 Fest, but it's been like there's so much that's been going on inside the news cycle, within the culture, especially as it pertains to comedy. I gotta get your perspective as a comedian. Have you ever been smacked for a joke before?
I haven't been smacked, but I've gotten close.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, I was looking through my photos, trying to find the photo because someone captured it.
Right.
When about 2 years ago, I did a show. It was a competition, big competition. Right. It was a long, like, months of grueling stage and all that stuff. And then the last show, we do the show, it ends, and comedians were greedy. Right. So we decided we're going to do an open mic after doing this grueling comedy show.
Right.
So just imagine the 1865 after all that activity. And then, you're tired. It's the fifth day. And then you're like, we're going to do one more. Just comedians. And so we did it. And then I go up there and I'm like tired, but I'm not there.
Yeah. And
then this group of three people walk in. And one of them had a hat on and looked like a senior hall. So I go, hey, give it up for a senior hall walking in. It was 3 black people. So we had a good laugh about it, and then they sat down, but you could tell the person I called out, it was nothing mean. It was just, I called out what it looked like. and we had a good laugh about it. But one of the people in the group was not laughing about it.
Mm.
And this guy was 6'5" or so.
Whoa.
I'm like 5'6".
Yeah, I was about to say, man, you're like this to me. I
Yeah.
remember.
So this guy comes up on stage, and I made the cardinal mistake that you don't make as a comedian, which is you never give up the mic. Never give up the mic. Yeah. So I made that mistake. So he takes the mic, and so we're like standing side by side. And he's talking shit now, but he's told like that. I can't. I'm like, yo, give me the mic.
Hey, yo, can I get the please?
Yeah. So, but I just, I did not exactly the same thing, but I did what Chris did, which is I've been on stage multiple times. This guy's on stage for the first time. Right. I'm in control. Even when he has the mic, I just felt like he can't hurt me. Whatever he said through the mic or any which way, he could hurt me physically, but not with words.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just a small story, something that happened.
Man, but look at what you said there, right? Like he can't hurt you with words. He could go, and he could quite possibly body slam you, and then
yeah,
that's over.
Yeah.
That's over. But there's something to be said there, right? Because all Chris Rock did was give out words, right? I know it may have been aimed towards his wife, but it's still as if the response was over the top. It was physical, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel? What are your thoughts on Will Smith's response?
I think generally speaking, it's uncalled for, but I have to admit I'm biased. One, as a comedian,
right?
Two, as so I don't know. Just for context, I did not grow up here. I grew up in Uganda, and then I moved here.
Absolutely.
So culturally, I grew up in a culture where people say all kinds of things.
Absolutely.
There's all kinds of conflicts, but also I grew up in a place where banter is a thing. Yeah, so it's like for me, again, I'm biased. I understand most people are not built like this. Words are nothing to me. Like I do roasts with comedians, and I've done roasts with comedians, and I just laugh through all the roasts that they throw at me.
Right.
And then I dish it back, and it's just that mutual one-on-one.
Yeah.
Although I did do, I wasn't on this particular roast, but I was there, and one comedian got roasted so bad, he attacked the other comedian on stage. Yeah, punched him and blooded him, like he had a cut below his eye. So it's not just non-comedians. There's some comedians who don't have it. They just don't have it. Yeah.
It seems like the outpouring of the response from the comedy world, it's as if like there's been a line that's been kind of drawn right in the sand as far as comedians versus those that are, Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me that would be a line that would be drawn, seeing as how many people actually are crossovers on both sides. Even Chris Rock himself, right?
Yeah.
Of course, he started with comedy, but he's blown up to have a lot of different movies that he's been a part of. Do you, as far as you go, what do you want to have happen? Like, do you expect for yourself to eventually be on both sides of the line, or do you want to like strictly just blow up within comedy?
Personally, I think it's a natural process. If you're a good comedian, chances are at some point you're going to be an actor or some form of that. I think the expression I heard somewhere is that every athlete wants to be an actor. Every actor wants to be a comedian. It's just that trajectory. Yeah. And for the first time ever, that line is blurring. Like you have athletes that are pretty good actors and some actors who are becoming comedians. But I think again, I'm biased when I say this, but I think comedians, we have a upper hand. If you're a good comedian, I think the stage is wide open. Whereas I cannot say that for actors, or even athletes. Like it's so hard to transition from those fields to our field. So But just to get back to your question, I personally, I want to expand. I want to write for TV. I want to. I don't know if I'm like a good actor, but I think if if I put in some effort, I can figure it out. I think it's just a natural progression. If you're a good comedian, you start off doing 5 minutes, then you do 10 minutes, half hour, full hour, then it's all open. Like Chris Rock does everything. He does drama, comedy, stand up. He's written for TV. There's nothing he cannot do. You know.
You yourself, man, I want to say, right now, you are a damn good comedian. And so, as
Thank you.
I mean it. I've seen it. I've seen it. So, getting to the festival, what do you feel like, you pulled from that experience there that you carry forward with you?
Let me see. A lot of things, but for me, it was just nice to be in a very electric city. Yeah, that was my first visit to Atlanta, and and I had heard all these great things about the city, and just coming over there, and then I met people that were from all over, including people that were actually really close to me, like a couple comedians from Portland. I'm in Seattle, so like we met in this neutral ground. But it was all just shared mutual, everyone working towards the same thing. I made a lot of connections while I was I actually came back. So that was that visit set me up for I came back for Red Clay Comedy Festival, but most of it was centered around that. So it just got me in the spirit of realizing how expansive comedy can be. There's a lot of people out there. It doesn't always have to be competitive.
Yes.
Yeah, like we are all working towards the same thing. Someone you share the stage with today could hook you up with something down the road, or vice versa. So just that spirit of collaboration and working together as comedians.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, and that's one thing that I definitely saw while I was there. Just watching people move around and network and try to grow with each other, exchanging information. It was great to see, especially inside of an arena that has been at times described as vicious, but because I've heard of how cutthroat the comedy world can be, but it seems like from my experiences being that close to it, it's like, well, this is different. Like this seems like this is an area of people where they'll actually help each other, pull each other up, and grow with one another.
Yeah. Personally, that's that's always at least I try as much as I can. I have a lot of friends that don't think that way in the comedy world, but if I'm on a show, the best analogy I can give you is we're in a band. All right. So let's say we're in a show, there's an opener, there's a middle act, and then there's a headliner. That's a band right there. Maybe the opener is a tambourine guy. And then the middle guy is maybe like a drummer. And then the headliner is probably like the guitar guy, the guy who's just gonna like bring him in. And it could be like one of those could go missing and the show will still go on. But there will be something missing. You'll be like, man, I wish there was some drums on this thing. Or if one of them messes up, then it messes up the rhythm for everybody else. So we're in the same band, playing for the same audience. So in a sense, we all should root for each other to do well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And even in a festival sense, it's the same. You have 50 comedians. You have people from all over coming in. If they go to a show, just one show, and it sucks, they're not going to say that comedian sucked. They're going to say, I went to so-and-so festival, and it was whack. So we're one. We're working on the same project. So I forget what the question was, but...
No, it wasn't even a question. You honestly you just went in and asked, but I feel it, you really, to be in a space where you want the best for each other, because at the end of the day, you guys are all on the same path forward, right? No matter what, I think that's something that there's a mindset that has been instilled in really just any and all, parts of the culture, right? And that there's not enough. But when in all actuality, there is enough space for everybody to win, for everybody to eat, you know?
Yes.
So I think that there's through these experiences, right? Through these positive times, I think that that is the way in which we can defeat that mindset of like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, well, I gotta get mine, and you know, man, you're not a rat, you're a human being. You can definitely like connect with people, you know.
Yeah, you just ultimately you just got to be better than yourself yesterday.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was I performed in a small town here in the suburbs just this past weekend. And then I was scrolling through my pictures. Actually, my iPhone just threw me a picture. It's like, yo, here's your picture from 2017.
Right.
And I look at it and it's from the same venue, but I forgot about it. I was like, oh, 2017, that was 2 years in. So I started 2015, so that was 2 years in. I remember it was a small competition. I did like 7 to 10 minutes. When I went back this weekend, I did 30 minutes.
See?
So same venue, same town, different audience. For me, what that just tells me, I hope, and based on that evidence, I'm better now than I was then. I hope.
I believe it. I believe it. I mean, because that's really that's the only way you can move right forward.
Yeah.
You know? Before we close out, man, any closing thoughts on the festival, as well as your experiences as a comedian that have really just made you happy about the path that you've chosen in life.
Yeah, about the festival, I think it was great. If there are any comedians out there that are considering applying for it, please do check it out. Vanetta puts on a good show. She has a good team. That said, as well, Atlanta is a nice, wonderful city. If you show up for the festival, there's plenty to do. I did it all,
Man, hey, look.
I mean, I enjoyed it, but my liver didn't. But
look, this is why I don't drink, because that right there, like, oh my God, I'm in pain.
I know, it was painful. Comedians, if you do the festival, just bring your own weed. Because
everybody has it, but bring your own.
I just do not know. Like, let me ask you, because I asked someone this. When we were at the festival on the third day, I asked this guy. We're smoking outside. I was like, "Yo, is weed legal here?" And he goes, "Sorta."
Sorta. That's the best answer. That's the best answer, bro. Because I don't know if you remember this, but outside of 10 ATL, there was an ice cream truck, right? That was selling liquor, but the lady in the back also had weed too. You get anything you want from the ice cream truck. That's how sort of legal it is,
But I still don't know what sort of, like, can you imagine if a cop pulled you over and you had some weed and he arrests you and then you're like, hey, am I under arrest? And he's like, sorta. Sorta, come on, man.
You're sort of going to jail.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I would say about the festival. And then, as a comedian, what was the second question? As
a comedian, what do you feel like makes you proud about the fact that you're on this path in life?
I think ultimately it's about growth. Whatever you're doing, if you're not growing, maybe time to switch it up. So for me, I like the fact that at least in my city and going forward, the number of stages I'm going to is increasing. My stage time is increasing. The number of festivals I've been to is increasing. I'm just getting more comfortable as a comedian, and I feel growth, and I want to keep it that way.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, man. I really do appreciate it.
No problem, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, no problem. We're gonna link up again. Hopefully this, in ATL one more time.
Sounds good. I'll come back again.
All right, for sure, family.
All right, take it easy.
We'll do.
Bye.
Bye. Purchase my book, Purple Mike Wants a Bike, at Amazon.com. You can find it there. Just type in Purple Mike, type in Ezel Moon, and it'll pop up. If you guys want to follow me, no, not even if, go follow me at Ezel Moon _ on Twitter and Instagram. I'm Ezel Moon, and I'm not doing it unless it's fun and it helps people.